I think the big thing for all of us is to recognize, number one, we are being influenced by outside forces that are not necessarily personal. Number one. Number two, I think we need to, as you say, slow down in our lives, or life will slow us down. That's the car accidents, those are the accidents down the stairs, those are the experiences where we're so much in our head, we're not paying attention to what's going on in our world, and we don't realize our thinking patterns and our reactions, and perhaps they get quite a bit of momentum before we do realize, right? That's when the world shakes us up through an unnatural cause, an unnatural situation. And when that happens, you're out of balance. Absolutely. There can be no accidents and there can be no mishaps that are not to shake us from our momentums, right? So mindfulness, as you mentioned, is one way to go, okay, slow it up, start to recognize, okay, I got some stuff going on here I'm not really too happy about. Life isn't happy right now. I need to slow it up and figure out, how do I reset? And I always say to everybody, go to the earth, go to the land matrix, the earth matrix, where trees grow, where grass grows, where flowers bloom, where the wind blows. That energy does not relate to us through our dramas and traumas. It doesn't know how to relate to us, and we don't know. We are unnaturally living now in our modern world with driving and on text and on computer and on TV and on music. All of this is an unnatural setting for us. But we can reset back to the natural world just by walking through the forest. And when we do that, what happens is everything naturally slows down. Correct? It has to, because the natural world doesn't know emails, doesn't know text, doesn't know driving down the highway at 100 kilometers an hour. So if we can slow up by entraining to the energy around us that's naturally comforting, that slows us into a natural state, then we can start to think more our thoughts and less of everyone else's. And when we recognize what our thoughts are, we start to tune into ourselves, then we immediately slow down the momentum of all the other influences. It's a natural thing. It's like the switches of the outside world stop, like they shut off and that energy stops running, and then we tune in to our own world. Then we start to know, what is our momentum? Am I thinking positively or negatively? Am I living in a positive world or a less positive situation? So when we start to recognize recognition, as you mentioned, we start to become aware of how we're operating, and that's super important right now.